Let's be clear. Many of you are still lost, struggling with approaches that don't work, believing that just being nice or spending money on dates will make a young woman interested in you. Have you realized yet that this approach isn't working? It's time to wake up. If you're here, it's because you want to know what really goes through a young woman's mind when she's looking for a man. And I'm going to tell you straight, it's not what you think. It's not about just being nice, buying her things, or being available 24/7. So pay attention, because I'm going to explain the hidden desires of young women and what they really value in a man. There's no room here for idealized romance or fairy tales. What they're looking for goes far beyond the superficial, and if you don't understand that, you'll be left behind. Before we proceed, I want you to subscribe to the channel and like the video, because what's coming is pure reality, and you need to hear it if you don't want to remain the fool who's putting in effort in vain. This will open your eyes. 1. What do they really look for in a man? It's not what you think. Most men believe that a young woman values physical appearance or money the most, but let me tell you, you're wrong. Sure, these things might catch her attention initially, but they're not what truly matters in the long run. What young women are looking for in a man is someone who is confident, knows what he wants, and isn't constantly seeking validation. If you're there, always needing approval, trying to impress her with material things, you've already lost. What really attracts a woman is a man who isn't afraid to be himself, someone who isn't begging for her attention. Learn this now. Attraction isn't bought, it's earned. 2. Respect. The key to making her feel valued. Do you want a young woman to truly be interested in you? Then learn to respect her. And no, I'm not just talking about basic politeness and kindness. I'm talking about respect in its deepest sense. Respect her time, her decisions, her space. If she feels that you value her for who she is and not for what you can get from her, you'll be building a solid foundation for a relationship. But be careful. Respect doesn't mean putting her on a pedestal or treating her like an untouchable princess. It means recognizing her worth without losing your dignity in the process. If you don't understand how to balance that, it's going to cost you. 3. How to identify if you're being honest or just ignored. This point is crucial. There's a big difference between being honest and direct and being ignored because she's not interested. If you try too hard to please or are constantly available, you might be sending signals of desperation, and let me tell you, that scares them away. Honesty is fundamental, but you can't confuse it with insistence. If you express your feelings clearly and she doesn't respond or simply ignores you, then don't kid yourself. Be honest with yourself first. Don't keep insisting in a situation where there's already no interest on her part. Being clear is good, but being ignored is a sign you need to move on. 4. Loyalty. What every woman wants in a relationship. This is something many underestimate. Loyalty is one of the fundamental pillars in any relationship, and young women value it more than you think. They look for someone who is consistent, who is there when things get tough, not just when everything is fun. If you show that you are loyal, not just in words but in actions, you'll be taking a huge step towards earning her respect and trust. But be careful, loyalty doesn't mean being submissive. It means being present when needed, holding firm to your values, and not being easily influenced by what others think. It's easy to say you're loyal, but proving it is what really matters. 5. Empathy. The direct path to her heart. If you don't know how to be empathetic, you're already at a disadvantage. Empathy isn't just about understanding what she feels, but also knowing when to act accordingly. If you want to win over a young woman, you have to learn to listen, to put yourself in her shoes, and to understand what really moves her. And I'm not talking about being her psychologist, but being emotionally present. Many times, what they seek is someone who can understand them without judging, who provides a safe space for them to express themselves. If you can do that, you'll have a much stronger emotional connection than any superficial thing. 6. What makes a woman value you more? Brutal honesty. This is something many men don't understand. Young women value men who are brutally honest, who aren't afraid to say what they think, even if it means going against what they expect to hear. If you can be honest, straightforward, and unafraid of her reaction, you'll earn her respect. But don't confuse honesty with rudeness. There's a big difference between being direct and being insensitive. If you can find the balance between telling the truth and doing it in a way that doesn't make her feel attacked, you'll be building a relationship based on trust. 7. How to build a solid relationship based on mutual respect. A solid relationship isn't built overnight, and it's not based solely on physical attraction or fun moments. If you want a young woman to truly value you, you need to build a foundation of mutual respect. That means both of you should be willing to give and receive, to compromise, and to keep an open dialogue. Mutual respect implies that neither of you is above the other, that both see each other as equals and value what each person brings to the relationship. If you can't offer that, don't expect her to want to stay with you long term. 8. Unbreakable loyalty. The foundation of a lasting relationship. A relationship based on loyalty has a much higher chance of lasting. Young women look for someone they can trust, someone who won't change their mind at the first difficulty. If you want her to value you in the long run, you need to show that you're consistent, that you won't leave when things get tough. Unbreakable loyalty is rare to find, and when a woman sees it in a man, she feels much more secure by his side. But be careful. It's not about being blind to mistakes or accepting anything. It's about being firm in your values and commitment. 9. Why a sense of humor is crucial for attracting young women. This is one of the most underestimated factors. If you think it's all about seriousness and perfection, you're wrong. A sense of humor is key to keeping attraction alive. Young women love a man who can make them laugh, who can lighten the mood and see the funny side of life. I'm not saying you should be a clown, but you should have the ability to make her smile in difficult moments. If you can balance seriousness with humor, you'll stand out. Remember, humor creates a unique connection that often surpasses the physical. 10. How to gain her trust and emotional support. Trust is something that's earned over time, and if you don't know how to build it, you won't get far. Young women seek someone they can trust emotionally, someone who will be there when they need it most. If you can show that you're reliable, that you don't play with her emotions, and that you're truly committed to her, you'll gain her emotional support. The key is to be consistent, to be present, and not to let her down when she needs you the most. If you manage to build that trust, you'll have a much stronger and lasting relationship. At the end of the day, what young women really want goes far beyond what meets the eye. It's not just about what you say or do, but how you make them feel. If you can offer respect, loyalty, empathy, and honesty, you'll be much closer to winning her heart. But remember, none of this works if you can't be genuine. If you don't feel it, don't force it, because in the end, they always notice when you're pretending. If you've made it this far, my friend, comment below with the word 100% or something else to let me know, to confirm that you've absorbed the knowledge from the video so far. For more interesting topics, subscribe to the channel, like the video, and share it later. Let's keep going. How to win over a young woman. What they never tell you. Let's be direct from the start. If you've been struggling to understand how to win over a young woman, it's because you've been focusing on things that don't work. It's that simple. The problem isn't that you're not good enough. The problem is that you don't know what really matters. You're wasting time focusing on superficial things, trying to impress her with things that aren't important. Today, I'm going to tell you what you really need to know to win over a young woman, what no one has told you before. And believe me, this isn't about cheap tactics or psychological games. This is about becoming a man she truly desires. Before we continue, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel, because this is where you'll stop making the same mistakes over and over again. The first mistake men make is thinking that young women are easy to impress with just a good physique or spending money on them. That doesn't work in the long run. What she's really looking for is something much deeper. So pay attention, because each of these points will break down what you need to stand out and be a man who not only grabs her attention but truly makes her fall in love. Respect her boundaries. What successful men do differently. If you don't respect a woman's boundaries, you're already out of the game. This isn't optional. What sets a successful man apart from one who fails repeatedly is the ability to understand and respect the boundaries she sets. You can't be pressuring her to do something she doesn't want to or forcing a situation she's not ready to handle. Men who respect boundaries show maturity, self-confidence, and above all, they show that they're not desperate. If she feels that you value her enough to respect her time and space, she'll see you as a trustworthy man. But if you keep pushing beyond what she's willing to give, you're just digging your own grave. Brutal honesty. What will truly make you stand out? Now let's talk about honesty. Not the typical honesty of "I don't lie to her." No, I'm talking about being brutally honest. Saying what you think without beating around the bush, without fear of offending, but doing it with firmness and respect. Most men fail here because they fear that being too honest will drive women away. But what they don't understand is that honesty is what really makes you stand out. Young women are tired of men who say what they think women want to hear. Be the man who tells the truth, even when it's uncomfortable. If you can do that, you'll gain her respect and attention. That doesn't mean being rude. It means being clear and direct, something many men today are afraid to be. Loyalty. The most attractive factor you didn't know about. Few things are as attractive as loyalty. Young women seek emotional stability, someone they can trust without constantly questioning if they'll be betrayed. If you're loyal, not just in small things but in tough times, you'll stand out. Being loyal isn't just about not cheating. It's about being present, consistent, and showing that you're not looking for the next best option. Loyalty creates a solid foundation for any relationship, and if she feels she can count on you, you've earned a special place in her life. But if you're inconsistent, if you're here today and gone tomorrow, don't expect her to invest her time and emotions in you. Empathy. How to become the man she desires. This is a key point that many men ignore. If you truly want to win over a young woman, you have to learn to be empathetic. It's not just about listening. It's about truly understanding what she feels and needs at any given moment. Being empathetic isn't being her therapist. It's showing that you care about what happens to her and that you're there to support her when she needs it. Empathy creates an emotional connection that goes beyond physical attraction. If you can make her feel that you understand her on a deeper level, you'll be much more than just a good-looking man in her life. You'll become someone irreplaceable. What does she really look for in a relationship? The unvarnished truth. Let's get to the raw truth. What a young woman looks for in a relationship isn't as complicated as you think. She wants someone who makes her feel safe, respected, and valued. She's not looking for a perfect man. She's looking for authenticity. If you keep trying to be someone you're not, if you keep wearing a mask to impress her, she'll notice. What she really wants is someone who is real, who isn't playing games or trying to manipulate her. If you can be genuine, if you can show her that you're willing to build something solid based on mutual respect and honest communication, then you'll be much closer to winning her heart. How to show an irresistible sense of humor. A good sense of humor is irresistible. There's no avoiding it. If you can make her laugh, if you can lighten difficult moments with a well-placed joke, you'll be scoring important points. But be careful. It's not about being a clown or making inappropriate jokes. A good sense of humor is knowing when to make her laugh and when to be serious. It's about finding the balance between being fun and being respectful. If you can make her feel light and happy in your presence, then you'll be building a much stronger emotional connection. Why confidence will make you more attractive. Nothing is more attractive than confidence. I'm not talking about arrogance, but about genuine confidence that comes from knowing who you are and what you're worth. Young women are attracted to men who aren't afraid to take the initiative, to do what they believe is right without worrying about what others think. If you show self-assurance, if you're not constantly seeking her validation, she'll notice and see you as someone she can trust and feel secure with. Insecurity is a major turnoff. Confidence, on the other hand, is magnetic. How to provide the emotional support she needs. One of the most important things you can do to win over a young woman is to be her emotional support. I'm not saying you should solve all her problems or become her personal therapist, but you should be there when she needs you. If you can show her that she can count on you in tough times, that you're not just by her side when things are easy, you'll earn her respect and affection. Relationships are built on mutual support. If you can't be emotionally available for her, don't expect her to see you as someone with whom she can build something lasting. Ambition. What every woman values in a man. Ambition is one of the most attractive qualities a man can have. It's not about being rich or famous. It's about having a purpose, knowing where you're heading in life. Young women value men who have clear goals, who aren't content with the bare minimum, who are willing to work for what they want. If you're ambitious, if you have dreams and work to achieve them, you'll be much more attractive than any other man who's simply comfortable with what he has. Ambition shows that you're capable of growth, and that's something they value deeply. How to create an emotional connection through understanding and patience. Last but not least, patience and understanding are essential for creating a solid emotional connection. If you don't have the ability to be patient, to wait for the right moment, and to understand her emotions and needs, you won't get far. Patience is key to building something that's truly worthwhile. Young women look for someone who isn't rushing, who isn't looking for immediate results, but who's willing to invest the time and effort needed to build something real. If you can be patient and understanding, you'll have created a solid foundation for a lasting relationship. Winning over a young woman isn't about tactics or playing psychological games. It's about being genuine, respectful, loyal, and confident. If you follow these principles, you'll be much closer to winning her heart in an authentic and lasting way. Stop focusing on things that don't work and start becoming the man she truly desires. If you've made it this far, my friend, leave a comment below with the word 100% or something else to let me know you've received the knowledge from this video so far. For more interesting topics, subscribe to the channel, like the video, and share it later. Let's continue. What do young women really want? Discover how to attract them. Let's get straight to the point. What you think young women want from a man is far from the reality. You've spent too much time focusing on the superficial, believing that being nice or good-looking is enough to catch their attention. Let me tell you that strategy is not only wrong but doomed to fail. Today, I'm going to reveal what young women really look for, what they've never told you clearly and directly. If you're tired of putting effort into things that don't work, if you want to stop wasting time with useless tactics, this video is for you. Like the video now, subscribe to the channel, and pay attention because we're diving into it. I'm going to be tough with you because I know it's what you need to hear. You're tired of being deceived, of things not going as you expect, and of not understanding why, despite all your effort, she doesn't respond as you'd like. Here are the keys that will completely change your approach. From now on, you'll understand what truly works and what young women are genuinely looking for in a man. Let's go over the key points that will help you attract a real young woman. Respect. The secret to earning her trust. This is the first mistake many men make, confusing kindness with respect. It's not just about being polite and chivalrous. Respect is much deeper than that. A young woman wants to feel that you respect her decisions, her space, her time. If you show that you value her individuality and don't try to impose your expectations on her, you'll earn her trust immediately. Men who understand this stand out because they don't try to control or manipulate. Genuine respect is the foundation of any solid relationship, and if you can't respect her as a person, forget about trying to attract her. Honesty, the foundation of any solid relationship. There's no room for white lies or half-truths here. Honesty is crucial if you want to establish a real connection. Young women are very perceptive, and if they sense that you're not transparent from the start, they'll notice quickly. It's not about saying what you think she wants to hear, but being direct and clear. Do you have serious intentions? Say so. Aren't you looking for a long-term relationship? Be honest. If you can be clear and honest, she'll value that much more than any facade you try to maintain. And if you're not willing to be honest, don't be surprised when she loses interest quickly. Unconditional loyalty. What makes her stay? Loyalty is non-negotiable. Many young women have been through situations where men have been inconsistent, unreliable, or uncommitted. If you want a young woman to stay with you, you need to show her loyalty from the beginning. It's not just about not cheating on her, but being consistent in your actions, being present when it really matters. Loyalty is something that is demonstrated over time, in difficult moments. If you're loyal, she will notice and appreciate what you have to offer much more. The lack of loyalty is one of the main reasons relationships fail, so make sure this isn't your case. Empathy. How to make her feel valued. If you don't know how to be empathetic, you'll have problems. Empathy is key to building a strong emotional connection. It's not just about listening but understanding how she feels and why. Young women look for someone who truly listens, who can put themselves in her shoes and understand what she's going through. If you can make her feel valued through empathy, you're building a much stronger relationship. Being empathetic isn't being weak. It's showing that you care enough to worry about her emotions and well-being. If you can't do that, don't expect her to stay by your side. Humor. The secret weapon to win her over. If you can make her laugh, you're halfway there. Humor is one of the most attractive qualities a man can have. Young women value a man who can make them laugh, who can lift their daily stress with a well-timed joke. But be careful. It's not about being a clown or making inappropriate jokes. The humor they value is the one mixed with intelligence, empathy, and the ability to not take everything too seriously. If you can balance serious moments with moments of laughter, you'll stand out from other men. Why ambition is so important to her. Ambition is one of the most attractive traits in a man. It's not about having millions in the bank, but having clear goals, knowing where you're heading in life. Young women don't want to be with someone who lacks ambition, who settles for the minimum. They want a man who has dreams, who works to achieve them, and who isn't afraid to put in the effort for what he wants. If you're ambitious and clear about your purpose, she'll see you as a reliable and strong man, someone worth being with. Self-confidence. How to project it and attract her. Nothing is more attractive than confidence. And no, I'm not talking about arrogance, but genuine confidence that shows in how you behave, how you speak, and how you handle different situations. Young women are attracted to men who don't need constant validation from others, who aren't begging for attention but know their worth and project it effortlessly. If you can show that confidence without falling into arrogance, you'll be projecting the security that they highly value. Confidence is key, and if you don't have it, it will be very difficult for them to be attracted to you. How how to offer emotional support and strengthen the relationship. A relationship isn't just built with sweet words and empty promises. If you want a young woman to see you as a man she can trust, you need to show that you can be her emotional support when she needs it most. If you're not willing to be there when things get tough, she'll notice. Offering emotional support means being present, being a good listener, and offering solutions or comfort when necessary. It's not about solving all her problems but being there for her unconditionally. Independence. The key for her to see you as a mature man. There's nothing less attractive than a dependent man. Young women value men who are independent, who don't need someone else to feel complete. If you want to attract her, you need to show that you have your own life, that you don't depend on her for your happiness or emotional stability. Independence is a sign of maturity, and if she sees that you can be fine on your own, she'll respect you much more. Independence makes you attractive because it shows that you don't need anything from anyone to be happy and successful. How important is romance in a relationship with a young woman? Romance is still important, but not in the way many men understand it. It's not about grand gestures or romantic cliches from a movie. It's about the small details that show you care, that you value her, and that you think of her in a special way. Genuine romance is in the intimate moments, in sincere words, in gestures that show you truly know and appreciate her. If you can be romantic without being cheesy, without exaggerating or seeming fake, you'll keep the flame alive in any relationship. Now that you understand what young women really want, it's time to put it into practice. Stop focusing on the superficial and start working on what truly matters. Respect, honesty, loyalty, empathy, humor, ambition, and confidence are the keys that will help you attract and keep a young woman by your side. Don't waste any more time with tactics that don't work, and start becoming the best version of yourself. If you've made it this far, my friend, comment below with the word 100% or something else to let me know, to confirm that you've received the knowledge from the video so far. For more interesting topics, subscribe to the channel, like the video, and share it later. Let's keep going.